Boom, boom, this is Kendra, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, we got a little bit of Bleach Immortal Souls up today. So we got a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so the Soulbox event for Halibel and Orcor is going to be ending today. We've got another 14 hours. I'm on server 100, so for those of you who are higher server than that, you might not have the event yet, but it is coming. So if you want either of these characters and their weapon, you want to save up as much soul jade as you can. Now these events don't come around very often, these Soulbox events, and the reason they don't come around very often is because they're extremely generous. It gives you a chance to get the shards and the weapon, which is always the most difficult. The weapon's extremely difficult to get, and shards are not easy to come by as well either. You have to pretty much use Omni shards. Unless an event like this comes up for your characters. So if either of these characters are something that you're looking for, this is definitely something that you want to pull on. Each pull will guarantee you 4 choice pack shards. You'll get two times 2, so you get 4 of them, and then you can choose whichever character you want to apply it to, whether it be Urquhart or Halibel. And then every other draw will get you 5 weapon shard choice box, and that'll allow you to choose the 3 or the 4, 3 being for Halibel and 4 being for Iroquois respectively, in terms of their weapon enhancement. So it's a very good event, and it doesn't come around very often, as I said, because it's so generous. So if you definitely should be pulling on this if you're looking for those 2 characters. Even if you're not, it's a good chance to to get one of the characters and get their weapon. That's the weapon. It greatly enhances a character's capabilities, enhances the damage, and in a lot of cases it actually adds an added effect to their rage skill. So it's definitely something that you want to look like. I think in their course it actually handles it to their passive as well. It adds effects, so it's definitely something that you want to do. And it's the hardest part to get. I mean, it's very easy to enhance the actual, the accessories, the robe, and whatnot. Those are easy to get, and you can even get the tombs and whatnot. You can get those through in the gacha. So you can just look at the gacha. You can just go here, and then you can go into gear exchange. You can get emblems and tombs right here. So they're accessible, and you could also get the tombs in some of the actual places inside of the shop will offer a tomb. So got some souls here. You can get a tomb right here, and so you can get those items a little bit more readily than you can. But for weapons, you don't get weapon shards. I don't see any place to get weapon shards for UR characters. You can of course get the inside the gacha. You can of course get the weapons for some of the SSR characters, and this flows around a little bit, often, where you can actually get the weapons for some of the characters. So you can get them in here, but you can't get UR weapon shards in here. There's no UR weapons offered inside of this. This is all SR and SSR characters. So there's no other place. There's no place to get UR weapon shards, and that's because they are the highest level of enhancement that you can get. So since it's an added effect, it's something that you have to really work for. So when the Soulbox event comes along, it's definitely a chance to get the weapon for the character. So let's go ahead and take a look. You should see in your, you should get the reward today. You remember the Christmas event? They finally admitted that the actual grid pool was actually rigged a little bit the wrong way. While the first 4 were actually rigged towards the player, the actual grids that involve getting the shards for Hime or Rukia, Christmas versions of those characters, was in fact rigged, but it was not rigged the proper way. It was rigged the opposite away from players. This caused quite a bit of consternation, a lot of complaining, and it reached a crescendo to the fact where there was a lot of people um, contacting the developers and saying, "Hey, what's up with this?" So Oasis felt that they needed to pacify the masses, so they did in terms of having this reward come out. So I did manage to get Christmas Arahebe. You know, she's a work in progress, and she will be. It's gonna have to. You're not gonna be able to get shards for these characters easily. You're gonna have to use Omni shards for them. So just you know, understand that I was just functioning on getting the character. I knew it was going to be a really long time before I was actually going to be using her, but I wanted to get her just so I could start working on her because she does offer a massive heal and some good support. And she's a tortoise, which is something I'm lacking. My tortoise is now taken care of. I'm going to be using Aircore for my new tortoise. He was my second choice. And then when I found out from the leaks that there was going to be a soul box event for him, I started saving up my jade so I could do pools on that, and we're gonna go over that here shortly. But this is the event, so you're gonna get a piddly amount of Omni shards, piddly amount of Awakened essences, a little bit of bento. That's a nice little hunk of change in the gold, and Soul Jade 1500. So it's not a whole lot, but you know, I would have liked to have seen a larger number of Omni shards simply because of the fact that rigging the event like they did prevented you from getting a character. So I think they should give you Omni shards that were commiserate to that. So I was thinking, I'm serious, was thinking that they probably should have given at least 50 Omni shards. That's the 40, which is what you would use to level up a character. That was my feel on that. You know, I would have just been happy with the Soul Jade, and a nice hunk of Omni shards would have been fine for me. But they, you know, they gave a little bit of everything. So it's nice to see that they were in fact listening to what had to be said. So you take what they get. All right. So let's take a look at what I've got here. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull on this event since I've got enough to do a couple more pulls, and I want to get some more shards for Quora. So you're guaranteed to get 4 shards on each draw. As you can see, you get a 2 select and a 2 select. This is standard. You will get this on each draw. But as you see, you won't get any weapon shards except on every other draw. So I only think I have enough to do 1 pool, yeah. So the next draw, that if I do another draw, I will actually get some weapon shards. You can also get the weapon shards inside of here. So I really don't need any more weapon shards. I have enough to combine the weapon. So let's go ahead and combine the weapon and add those shards to Urkora is already a 3 for me. I'm working on enhancing him up right now. So as you can see, I've got him at 2 purple and he's a 3, so I'm going to be able to take him 4-star. I have to use some Omni shards to do it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bag here. Alright, so basically, first thing you want to do, of course, is go into your character and confirm that he is in fact 4. So you go right here into this 4. He is the 4, so don't use them for the 3. Use them for the 4. So when you go into your bag and you open up the weapon, you want to use it, okay, and you want to do the 4 shards, okay. Now you can put all 55 to it, and that'll leave you 5 left over, or you can just do what's standard, which is, you know, the 50 is what you need to confirm to actually make the weapon. And then you combine that, exchange, and you now have the weapon. And then you can go into the character, go into his profile, click on this, and you want to awaken it. So you've awakened it. You can do a promotion on it as well too. You can bring it up to promote it. I'm going to go to red. Red will be the next one there. I'll wait a few beats. Okay, so that's red 1. That's what I do on all the weapons when I get them enhanced, is take them to red immediately in their promotions. So this is going to greatly increase his ability. So that's that. So that's how you do the weapon. Now you can keep the actual this part. If you ever 5 shards extra is not a lot. So I might down the line, get a Halibel option, and then I could use them for Halibel. So let's take a look at the shards. Now the shards, I'm going to use all of those for Iroquois. Okay, so that's 64 shards. I'll have to use that. I'll have to use some of these Omni shards that I got left over here to actually increase him to 4-star. So let's go to Iroquois and promote him. Shard exchange. Max. That'll automatically choose the max that you need to do to this next level, and it'll choose it from your Omni shards. And then exchange, and then you can promote him. And he's now 4-star, and I've unlocked his passive. So now I need 150 for him. I don't have enough to do that right now, but I will be in the future focusing on him, because he's going to be the fill for the team. He's going to replace Yuraku, and he's going to do a lot more damage than Yuraku once I get him up to where he needs to be. He'll be doing a lot more damage against teams. So now that I've got him enhanced, his weapon enhancement, this will increase his domain, which is, it increases his rage. Okay. I think it does. Is it his rage? I think it's his rage skill. Yeah. After weapon awakens, damage is greatly increased, and there is an added effect of which Iroquois' health is above 50%. The skill deals additional damage equal to 70% of his defense, where if Iroquois' health is under 50, he gains a shield of 20% for damage dealt by attack. So this is after the weapon is awakened. So you have to awaken the weapon to get that added benefit, and this occurs on his rage skill. So that's a pretty good setup. I do like this. He does a lot more damage. I'm really surprised at the amount of damage he does. Since he's a tortoise, tortoises are basically tanks and healers. That's what you get from the tortoise haul. So I'm really impressed that we're getting the tankiness here because of his defense reduction abilities and whatnot. But we're also getting damage, and he does a lot of damage. So I think that's going to really make my team a lot better than it was before. I like Yuraku as a tank, and if you're a new player and you don't have full Holo Ichigo, as I've said before, Yuraku is an excellent tank. Okay, he's an excellent tank. He does that, and he does it very well. And he does a little bit of damage too. I mean, he's not completely weak or anything. He's a UR character, and he's significantly more powerful than other characters, SSR characters, of course. But in terms of damage, I need to focus on the damage right now, because that's how you increase your episode through. So I've got a feeling I'm really not going to have much of a trouble, even at 4-star, which is what he is now, and that's what Yuraku is a 4-star. So I'm really not losing nothing in terms of stars. Okay, so I'm really going to see a lot of an increase in my damage output for my team, and that's greatly increased ever since I got Tensei Zangetsu. His rage skill is excellent. Excellent rage skill. Completely shatters people, especially unleashing his rage against a team that's already had lost some of their health, and he just decimates them. It's twice. I mean, the rage activates and swipes everybody, in sort of like water type setup. And they lose health, but then he hits them again. So it's like a double whammy. And the second whammy just completely annihilates anybody who's already got some health taken. Because the actual percentage of damage increases as if they're lower in health. The lower their health, the more damage it does. Which is exactly not the way the enemy would want it to go. So again, we got a Soul Jade rebate here. So this is going to be able to take me to another pool, which I'm going to, of course, do. So let's go ahead and go back into the soul box. Now this is going to give me some more shards for the weapon as well, too. So you'll see 4 more shards, plus you'll see a weapon box. And this of it right here. So we've got the weapon choice box right here, another 5 for that, and 4 more shards. So this is the way it goes. This is the way the soul box events goes, and that's why it's so good, because it allows you to get the character and his weapon. A character's not really considered. You don't really have, you have the character, but you really don't have him at his full potential until you get his weapon awakened. The other items are not an issue. You don't need the items that you need to awaken them are obtainable, but the actual weapon enhancement is what you need. And soul boxes are pretty much the only way to get it. You can get it in World Championships. You can get some shards, but you have to place really high in World Championship to be eligible for that reward. And I don't think I'll be able to get that high. I'll be able to get pretty high because I have a couple. I'm able to pair together a couple good teams, and we'll go over that when the World Championships come around here, which should be soon. So I did get another 600, and I got another Omni Shard there. So yeah, that's not going to be enough to do another pool. So that's what it is. So let's go back into the bag here, and let's go ahead and put these shards and use these shards for your aura. So I'll be able to get him up to 5 stars, what I'm hoping. So I've got 10 shards now for the weapon. I'm not going to use those at this moment. I might in the future sometime want to go for, how about, or if I see some type of another box pool where I can get shards or I can throw them against that. It's not something that you need to use immediately. Now I have a tomb choice pack here, so what you do, this will allow you to choose whichever tomb you want. So let's go ahead and see what your core's tomb is. Okay, so his tomb is actually the bodybuilding one. This is actually good too, because the bodybuilding one comes often up in Kenpachi. So it's the bodybuilding tomb. And just need one to awaken it because it has not been awoken as of yet. So if we go in here, go back into that bag, and we got this tomb choice pack, and we'll choose the bodybuilding tomb right here. Max that out, confirm. Boom, so now we have a bodybuilding tomb. So now we go back to Yakura. So this, and click on this, awaken. Oh, I gotta promote it to 1 star. Boop. Now we can awaken it. Okay, so now we've got the bodybuilding tomb awoken. Okay, and then he's got let's see what is it. So he has the flow of water. I don't have one of those either. Flow of water. Flow of water. What is the one they're offering? The flow of water inside of here, and I've got 130, so I can exchange this in here. I don't like to use my gotcha shards because I actually want to use these gotcha on the gear exchange. I actually want to go ahead, and I'm hoping I can get Ishin's weapon before it actually this actually changes. It changes intermittently, but I'm hoping I can get up to the 480 I need to get Ishin's weapon before it goes out of there, because he is one of my bonds. So he's really about the only SSR weapon in there that I'm actually focusing on. But let's go back to Yokora's setup here, and we'll go to his weapon. So we're going to do this right here. Now it needs to be promoted to 1, so you have to promote him. You have to get it to 1 star before you're allowed to awaken it. Okay, and then that's that. So Yeah, you definitely want to get those awoken, simply because of the fact that they allow for bond unlocking, which allows you to unlock his concentration. Okay, and that's going to give him 0.9% in terms of his hit points directly. So as you can see, I've got all of his bonds will be able to be activated. I'll be able to activate this. This right here, awakening of this right here, requires nothing in terms of awakening. Is just simply you have to promote it, and then you simply awaken it using awaken essence. So this is easily awakened. Okay, so you want to make sure that you can do that, and that will unlock all of the bonds for him. Okay, and then as you star these up, and that's another reason I wanted him, was simply because of the fact that I already have these characters very high up in terms of stars, except for base or Quora. So I'll be able to, as you can see, I've already got the second level of these, and as their core goes up and he goes up, I'll be able to fully max this bond out right here. I'm 7 stars away from fully maxing this bond out. So that's another reason I wanted, because I was going to be able to get all the bonds for him, which makes him a lot more powerful as well. So you don't want to neglect anything like that. And I was unable to get the bond. I've been trying to get his weapon for ages, but I came up short. I was unable to awaken his weapon. Because he had a Soulbox event, but the Soulbox event is a way long time ago, not recently. And I did manage to get a bunch of shards for his weapon, but I came up short. I came up 7 short. So, like I said, there really hasn't been a place to get any more of them. So they're not something that you can get your hands on easily. So that's it. So Urquhar's fully done. Now I've just got to focus on enhancing him up, but I've got all the bonds activated. He's going to be an excellent replacement, and my team will be doing much more damage. I'm already at 600 in terms of my team power inside the arena. So this should take me well into get me 615, 620, which is 11. I'm in the top 20 inside of the arena for this, for my server. So this I think will help me take a little bit more, because I noticed that I'm able to take those, but I don't win a lot of the times, which affects your arena ranking. So this will allow me to get a little bit more stronger. I'll be able to do more damage. And Yurako's rage only hits 2 people, maybe 3, but Urquhara B2's rage hits everybody. So just about every single one of my characters, except for Kenpachi, their rage will hit all characters. Okay, Full Hollow Ichigo's Seru, it hits everybody. Okay, Shinji's hits everybody. Tensa Zangetsu's hits everybody, and White Ichigo's hits everybody. So everybody in my team, except for Kenpachi, will be hitting everybody, because Urquhar's hits everybody. So all these hit. Kenpachi just hits 2. He hits the one row or column, so he hits 2 people, which he kills whenever he hits. So because it's an extremely powerful. But all these others hit every character when the rage activates. So that's another thing that you want to try to focus on. Is if I like to focus on rages that hit everybody, simply because if they hit everybody, everybody dies faster. It makes going through the challenges, especially the Siritirity challenge, having a rages that hit everybody makes it go a lot easier. So even if you don't want to do if your SSR characters, just try to get characters that hit as many people as possible when they do their rage. Okay, so well, that's it for today. So again, Soulbox event, it ends today in approximately what is it now? Yep, still 14 hours, and then you won't be able to get any more. But like I say, this is an excellent event. It's very generous. So you want to get that soul jade out and pull for it as much as you can. All right. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember, subscribe to my channel. Once you've subscribed, you will see a bell. If you click on that bell, you'll be notified each time I drop a video. This is Kendra coming at you from the corner, signing out.